Alright, Tavern Talk. So, I do have to go into the office tomorrow, and I didn't get any recording done earlier, so we might not go the full time on the stream. I also have had, like, 3, possibly 4 hours of sleep. So, yeah. I had an energy drink earlier, though, but, I could not sleep last night, so... does everything look okay? I guess so, so I guess we don't need to mess with anything. Oh, cool, pronouns! Alrighty. Always nice to have the option.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away. In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia. Not that far away. There was a tavern. My tavern.
Let me know about audio levels too, by the way. Especially for voices.
A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
The art in this game is very pretty. Also, my elf friend is coming. Hello, elf friend. I saw you in the thing, in the demo. Hi, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Fable! Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Should go on an adventure? And better. I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted the mushroom that had fallen over. Ah yes, Fable 2. Yeah, that's what we're playing. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They really didn't need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? I mean, possibly. Peanut is not a true nut, it is a bean. I'm sure I said that in the demo too. Probably. No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice? Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yeah, no, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just, a lot of salt. Ah. Like Leafy. I'm like a bland soup, not like Leafy. So, a classic case of boredom, I see. You know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, a gala, arrive in a hot air balloon. Hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? I love your eyes there. Look at that face! Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing? What is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Of course it is. That's the point. Finding them enjoying themselves in the water. The sun shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light. A divine beauty. I love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. Character information unlocked. Fable. To be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Hey, Knife the Rainbow. Elf. Age 110. Okay, and yeah, they were non-binary. We were learning that last time. Ranger, background, Ashen Grove, alignment, neutral good. Arcana, the Hanged Man. Fable Verafina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're a sweet and gentle soul, and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything, really. Their nut allergy probably doesn't help either. Okay. I'm glad when we have, like, a little note thing. How's everyone doing? I'm alright. Gotta go into work in the office tomorrow, which will not be fun. And today was rough for work because there were like a ton of issues, basically. And I escalated the issues to some people and they were like, oh no, you sure you just didn't mess it up? And I'm like, no I didn't, and I can confirm right here. And then I CC'd my manager on the call, or on the email, so that he could see that they were being dummies. But yeah, I mean, it happens. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. You seem really into nymphs. Okay, maybe one day I'll get them to offer their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yeah, I'd love a drink. Usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? I feel like you're just going to say yes. Both? Okay, yeah, there you go. So, you want to be with the nymph and also be the nymph. But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yeah. Really? Yeah. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. People try to explain your job to you, like has someone ever been like, are you sure you didn't try turning it off and back on again? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this person was basically accusing me of like, just forgetting that I had done something and I was the one that was causing the problem, and I was like, no. And here's proof of that. I think he just wanted to, like, go home. But, you know, you don't have to take it out on me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. This is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? Either erase it with the sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink, you've got this. I'm gonna feed Andu. Andu, who's hungry? Here, you want some strength? Let's just waste our resources here. Oh, look at that mouth! Oh, look at the little tail wag. Oh, who wants it? Who wants it? Oh. Oh, Andu's adorable. Andu's adorable. Alright, Frosted Lagoon. Wait, is that what you wanted? No, you wanted Swift Strike. No, 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 you wanted that. You wanted that. Okay, so a Swift Strike is... mostly this. There we go. And then a wee bit of this. There you go. And then a little bit of this. There we go. Thank you, Andu. Ding ding. I love the single eye blink swallow like a toad. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. See, well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? You actually want to try? Well, yeah, I want to tell great stories, but what? Never mind. Oh, hey! You weren't in the demo. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Were they in the demo? I only remember the wolf chick and Fable. Did the drinks have that cute animation before? I don't know. Let's see. So you wanted a... spoken heart. Yep. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. Charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. Neat. I mean, we don't even know the gender of that character yet, Henham Gems. Did they get added to my notes? No, not yet. So we don't even know. They're very covered up, so it's kind of hard to tell. But also, you shouldn't use that as an indicator anyway. Sure, whatever. Exactly what I love to hear while making a commission. Yeah, when I get something commissioned, even if it's like shitty my MS Paint art, I try to give them something. I would rather them have my shitty art than just nothing. So now I need this. And then I need one of these. There we go. Spoken hearts. Does that mean anything? Yeah, I mean, that's a dangerous trap to fall into. I would not do that. Why not just play it safe until you know? This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. This washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Bye! Rumor unlocks songs of bones and water. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones, hopefully hyperbole. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Nymphs? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. We're the birds in the trees, we keep the balance, it's what we're meant to do. And what is it that you want to do? Yes, no, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever, it's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. You should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. I mean, possibly. There's no way for me to guarantee. Helps artists immensely. It's better even if what they show me is impossible, because at least I can create reasonable expectation. Yeah, no, your brother's trying to force all of their things on you. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That'd be a dream come true. Your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Bye-bye. Hey, now it's you. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment and keep? Last time I checked. Huh. Whom do I have the pleasure? My name's Carolyn. You can call me Carolyn, couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Carolyn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No quest for me. But I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tavern, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. Werewolf? It's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't even see one in the past decade, whoops. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. The werewolf previously has been seen in Ereve, a southern town. A nomad, or do they have a goal? The Vukarin Carolyn told me about a werewolf who's roaming around Tavern, potential threat to villagers. Thought the werewolf hype died along with that romance novel. Okay, Twilight reference in the year of our Lord 2024. You mean the one with vampires? Think so. Nah, that just split society in two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one are you, Winkeep? I mean... vampires are hot. Ah, so you're into the fangs, are you? Well, I mean, they both have fangs. And Innkeep never tells. You little rascal. I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires. Hey! Why? Wolves are too close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yeah. No. Just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? Can't tell. Same fate befell on Olga. What do you think about that lick thing Carolyn did? Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. Were they licking at me? I don't know. Were they licking at me in a vor way or in a, oh man, I would demolish that way? Leafy's already been in touch with his furry side. He S-ranked Judy Hopps. He S-ranked Judy Hopps and really enjoyed the well, didn't really enjoy the detective goat game. But he enjoyed the ass. Same fate befell on Olga. Sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule. Before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. The Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Eh, don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's southern werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help get others done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Care. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Okay, gotcha. Care. I saw your mouth open. Wait. Oh, I thought you were changing your expression each one I hovered over. I mean, I'll call you your full name, Carolyn. Alright, Chief. You got a name or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course, what would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. Don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Okay, oops all strength. Something with a ton of strength. Southern Brawler? Southern Brawler is the perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the picante aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery hot or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you're looking for. Are they chitin-y? Are they arthropod-y? That's all I can think about. Let's see. This is what I need here. There we are. Defense? Good. And you? Southern Brawler! Hey, Andu. Who's a cute? Who's a cute? Boom. No, we're not getting any Baja Blast in here. Drink with 0 water as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving, thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. Kind of business. Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? No. Cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Oh, undead snails? Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. Never unlocked snail's pace. An unusual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This poses a problem. There's some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor. Make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead? Certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. Past haunts everyone willing to listen. Wouldn't you mind talking like a normal person? Ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any rumors from me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. This game should have added a stir mechanic. It would be nice. I also know so much about bug sex that it would make a grown man shudder, so it's really a pretty cursed notion to anthropomorphize too much of it. Male spiders will hang out around the webs of young female spiders to wait until they grow up to breed with them. That's a strict do not anthropomorphize. There's a lot of that. Oh my god. More of a lone wolf. Don't do groups, but sure, for more work I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Character information. Carolyn. Beast Slayer. Vukakin. 36. She, her. Beast Slayer. Ereve. Chaotic Good. The Chariot. Carolyn is a strong and fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way or form, and understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. This also seems like grooming, so maybe cancel spiders. Oh, we're canceling spiders? Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. At least Gondola's hanging out over here. Hey, Gondola! Give you some help. Fine. Guess I got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. That's where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I just keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Then the best step would be sorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Carolyn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Oh hey, the leafy milking, the quote. Carolyn told me about a werewolf who was roaming around Tregarn, a potential threat to villagers. The werewolf previously been scouted in Ereve, a southern town, and no matter do they have a goal in mind. And then a werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. That looks good to me. Yay! Reticent Vukovin passed by the Wayfarer's Inn reporting a werewolf making their way up to Tregarn. Yeah. Oh, look at us feed Andu. Don't worry, Leafy, you were a cow. Of course, I guess I wouldn't milk you then either because you were a boy cow, but you were also banging all my girl cows to the point where I couldn't buy new cows because you just couldn't put it away. God. Yeah, I know they do that with boy cows, but that's not the kind of milking I was talking about. Excuse me, is this a little dragon curled up like a cat? I think this is a little dragon curled up like a cat. It's actually a pretty valuable industry. Yeah, Leafy delivered some of that in Death Stranding. The Wayfarer's Inn, Prelude to Bravery, 58th of the Wake. Oh, I love Fable's hat. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarn. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who's good with a bow. One who tells me they want a quest. Ah, I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. Quote 156 doesn't exist. It should. Yeah, quote 156. Oh wait, no, 156 does not exist. There's not a 156. It skips to 157. There's like a weird gap in them. I don't know how that happened. I might have deleted one and then never added one back in, so it's 157. 156 is a ghost. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe. No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forest. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal woods, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then? I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Rather I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go out on the quest. I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me? But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yeah? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. Can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like like a slime. A frozen slime that can't move. That slime's less anxious than you. You've met slimes? Our tavern is open to everyone. Alright, what do slimes drink? Water? Water, more slime, bones. Sell bones? Only to slimes. Huh, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I've had a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh well, I do not want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make for a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and feel dizzy. There's something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? I don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might... Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery? Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark? I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Another reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Morgan incident? Yeah, the Mara Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia where it didn't get around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. Wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. Never got lost in the woods before. And this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mara Morgan. You know of the Mara Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end... Interesting. The riverbanks of the Shivermere hides the Mara Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. So they're just like drowning. They had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when day broke. And the fog ebbed away. Couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still a laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them straight into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag mangrove. Say it has a taste for adventurers. Okay, are you giving me legitimate information? A wyvern chimera resides, adventurers beware, you might be on the menu. They are giving me a lot of stuff. But you didn't. But I didn't. First encounter with the Hydra? Well, just the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I bought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven. But I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthine Hydra. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stand a man who reads the firmament's past." Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea. I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle. What? According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymed with ice, who can say? Quest! Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I am not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. And you completed its quest. 3 days late? If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Wood-halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Yeah, that's fair. Suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. That happened once? Once? I wish it had happened just once. Seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Need to take a sip of water. With how much reading is in these might have to be shorter streams in general. I can only do so much reading before my brain and my mouth gives up. Alright. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. Maybe you need to double up with a taxi, which involves essentially no reading. Possibly. Possibly. It did have dialogue, though. The taxi game. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. They always call my anxiety when I have them around. But, me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby. All day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. Suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. Sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. Nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, or at me. Maybe they would laugh with you if you chose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you as such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That'd be nice. Innkeeper? Yeah? Do you like spending time with me? Yeah, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone, thank you. I hope you find your nymph one day. It's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. Better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow. Seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. How can I not be, when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right, I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example. Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? What if I'm not? What if there's someone better? Best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? More hands are better than two, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. Besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up I can just run away really quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and a future hero. Charmer of Nymphs. I'm going to embark on this quest to save the villagers. Charmer of Nymphs. That's a title. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. Leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that makes me more nimble and quiet so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry lost Lycan after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. Leave the choice up to you. So make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Yeah. Okay, so now we're basically caught up with where we got to in the demo. Because I remember I made this for Fable. Fable came back and gave me an update on how it went. Okay, let's see. So, something with a lot of charisma would be the spoken heart. So, charisma. There we go. And what else? We have some defense. And some attack. Boom. Spoken hearts. That looks good to me. I love how Ondu holds up the little sign. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming? No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. A lot of farmers in Tregarn. I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people use that. Just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest, so... I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us. Exactly. Thought this might go well with your drinks. Well, thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. So I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days. I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course, I'm glad you liked them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. First, I have to complete my quest. See you post-victory. Okay, bye-bye. Now, who's gonna want a fire resistance potion? Hope Fable will be alright. Wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. Hope I was able to help. What if I want to make a new quest? New quest. Can I not make one yet? Possibly I don't have enough notes. Let's see. The Riverbanks, Banshee, Hydra, Chimera, and yeah, okay, I don't have enough to complete one yet. You again. Me again. Who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yeah, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Alright, another spoken heart. Which, I believe is just attack and defense on top. There we are. There you go. You enjoy that. Spoken heart just for you. Able to help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more, might not. Thank you. Enjoy! Charming. I mean, I'm trying. Oh, hey, you're new! And you. That's a vampire. With a slime friend? Okay, these two are new. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Another one of those empty babblers. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? Nah, that feels wrong somehow. Would you rather one where you just serve drinks quietly? Fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. I'm warning you. Very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye, the innkeep. Innkeep is ignoring me? Not the slightest. Don't worry too much about him, he's a tad quirky. I like you. I see. Thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? I do love the pet slime. What thing? Ah, my cape. Your cape? It's not his cape. Rain fell on his shoulders and ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye, pretty tough to clean off. Ask how that happened. You just did. I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story in your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louise Frederick Duquette de Song. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Look at that face! Look at this face! Look at this little gremlin! Oh, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. Looking for something with red in it. Red? I mean, that's just this. This is red. Uh-huh. Now what? It did just straight up tell me what I need. So yeah, Southern Brawler. We just need defense and, charisma. There we go. Southern Brawler. There you go, that's red. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious, very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite. Have to go. Later, Anim Gems. I'm living for all the expressions. Yeah, the expressions are great. Kyle is pretty adorable. I do like how they change their expressions, like all the characters, though. No. Okay. To whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Okay. Frosted Lagoon. So, big defense, and then charisma and attack. Big defense. Charisma and attack. Frosted Lagoon. I do love how all the liquid like flies out of it when it's falling. Taste of Ur just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things but not a liar. It tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you earned it. Alright, picture me deep in the mountains of Dulvamere with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. And suddenly the big ooze comes along and slurp. Gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. Nearly sunrise. And... sun kills you. Oh, right. Ooze also eat the cape? Lost and found. Quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Yes. No. Oh. Look at the cry! Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel, and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me! Did you just call me food? I mean, fair, but... I guess what he was clinging on to. The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Huh, we did. Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return I get the gold. Well, what about my cape? Rhea, dwarf, 175. She, her, blacksmith, lawful neutral of the world. Hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste NPC talk, whatever that means, and seems to have called herself a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she is now stuck with him. Vampire! Age, who knows? He, him, vampire, Arudu, where, chaotic neutral, and his arcana is the Fool. Where'd you last see your cape? Didn't even bother, it's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. I started to wonder where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. You know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? No, we're not going to Narnia. What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you? We could. Phenomenal. Put out a quest for you, but for that we need a little more information. No luck with that. And the ad for tonight is Geico car insurance, except I already have them through my parents. Hey! First I'd need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. What was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampire countess Evelyn residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. You still married? Look, the S is drawn on here. Some of these notes. Vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. Gondola, look, you're hiding in the left corner. Not right now. The tentacle's gone. Also good to see Tavern Talk win the poll. I'll check out the VOD to see what was up. Yeah, we were mostly replaying through the demo stuff, but there was some new stuff there too. Oh, does it keep peeking? Congratulations. Oh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Let it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape? Ah, rats, here we go again. Yeah, there it is. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her! That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession, not position. Can that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago, but my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. It's a grower, not a shower, yeah. It was rough, buddy. Perhaps Innkeeper, that's your name, right? No. Oh, my deepest apologies, what is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are a valuable currency after all. For some types indeed. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. All my friends call me Innkeeper. Ah, in that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, Innkeeper, do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yeah, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So where could a brave adventurer find Mara Castle? Deep past the Abyss of Dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco Champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. She may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. The Invisible Countess. Interesting. I hope so. That reminds me. On another cursed monologue. And keep quickly another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. Need another lagoon. See what I can do. What's the difference between a witch's bosom and a non-witch? Oh no. Depends, I guess. Let's see. Order. Big defense. Big defense was Frosted Lagoon. Yep. You just want another one. Magic. And then this. Frosted Lagoon. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Huh. Let me try. I gotta try it again. I might even last all dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The way here, you were complaining about having to walk. My bad form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. My back is all itchy. Why the dragons could it be? Because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right, Innkeeper. Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? Afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of Chimera's saliva for sun protection. Chimera? Vampire sunscreen? Interesting. Thing, beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads in all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia, likes to eat people for breakfast. Aware, I just didn't know saliva could be so useful. Nah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. Sure, that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh! What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal— Oh nay, forget it, I ain't going. Nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? Alright, more information on Kyle. Peculiar visitor, looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems that he has definitely lost more than just that, possibly also a few of his memories. And his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Mara Castle, and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a bit too much. As soon as a fearless warrior picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear this? A quest just for me! Leave it at 2. Stay keep. While we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room for two? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. Got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? Pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real boy one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Okay, bye, dork. Alright, new quests. Quirky vampire. According to the Hydra, the vampire. Okay, so at the foot of the peak, quirky vampire is looking for escape. He seems to be confused, wanted to go on the stroll in the sun. They seem color-coded. Hey, check this out. Thank you for the gift sub, Leafy. Appreciate it. Whoa, crazy. Thank you, Leafy. Enjoy Gondola. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came looking for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at the wedding. Yep. Okay, so this one I can't do, but this one I can. Wyvern resides in Adventurers Beware. You might just be on the menu. According to the Hydra, hatred for mice. One thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is Chimera Saliva, apparently. Source? Aunt Matilda? Yeah. Cool. Rude. Thanks, Leafy. Hope you find my tail key in your Dark Souls 3. I'm stuck in BK mode here. Hey, Ondu. No BK next time we archipelago? We'll see. I'll choose a game I'm actually good at, apparently. Which might only be The Messenger. I've at least played through that twice and recently. At that. Whew. Alright. Should I start the new day? Let's see. Let's start the new day. I suppose. I might not end up going into the office tomorrow. Maybe I'll go tomorrow, Friday instead. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fake crystals and frozen pine cones. The days are optional? No, I'm just saying it like saves there. So I was like, yeah, all the days are optional. My husband works specific days. They just have to go, we just have to go in 2 times a week. I haven't been in 2 times this week. But they don't need to know that. I didn't go Tuesday because I didn't feel like it. And I might not go tomorrow because I don't feel like it. I might go Friday, though. That was my fault? Why is it always my fault? My shipment of infusions finally arrived, and I have access to fake crystals and frozen pine cones. Yes, me, and Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I would die. I would be a miserable, miserable pile of shit. Like, God. I would be so sad. Together with Fable's Phoenix Chilies, I have 3 infusions. I'll unpack them later when I have time. I have a feeling they'll be of use. And Gondola's waving over there. Hey, Gondola, enjoy your plant. Diplomacy is key? There's not even a description for this achievement. So, innkeep, drink for me and this lanky pal. Good to see you too, Carolyn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. Just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. I hate it, but they give him good money dollars and future pregnancies are expensive. Each try costs $500 and that's cheap. Yeah. Truly is no description for diplomacy. What's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication? No, it was a feud. I feel like a feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No, Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. It's not to get a lot. I think he's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I just remember you saying you didn't want the quest. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Carolyn. I didn't. I was there by chance. We were both stealing sheep. I was not. Sure was. Venturing don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where to start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right, the quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel to the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight, well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I'm no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. Confused me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet him? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I hate no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. The thing owls cannot actually do, as I'm sure I said during the demo. Yeah, probably. That sounds like a thing you'd say. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a... what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. Oh, I asked, "Who are you, a guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole in the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. It made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps and I barely dared to turn around. I turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws, he looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. Before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear, that old bastard. Hey, why can't I say that? Bastard! Yeah, I'm saying it. What the fuck? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Yeah. Don't worry, I can get around it for you. Fuck. Ah. Anyway, I was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. Or it was. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. It's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yeah. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Feder. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away. Without a word, left us and Uncle Feder behind, worried senseless. So we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. Glad they did. How'd you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it. I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I ended up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Mighty scary there, little pal. But wait, weren't you using the silver arrows you got for your birthday? Wasn't that still a super hurt dragon? Even though you clipped the ear? Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. Sounds rather dangerous. It was. Couldn't have stopped for them. What? They're the size of a stick. You think you can stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud? The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. Nah, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So we decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. It only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or Vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. Sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep, too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? Little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How'd it go? Fine. Take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Feder and the rest. It was good to see him again. Guess a hug did better than a greatsword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure wouldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secret of the moon signs. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. Sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I'll call it an ending rather than the beginning of something new. Say the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. Well, they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. I was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Wouldn't think they live here or something. Had to report back about the quest. Glad you did. You also started crafting something with the werewolves. Huh. Said something about it being for you, Inkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. Hey, Observer. I'm alright. How about you? It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. Wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So a drink. What can I offer you, Carolyn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Alright. Haven't really had the opportunity to make many new things yet. Southern Brawler, is that what I want? Yeah. Need a little bit of charisma, a little bit of defense. Here you go. Surprise. Not bad. She did this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? You have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Doing okay? Had some good pasta? Good pasta always helps. Of course they name a drink after a drunken southerner. Yeah. Like a swift strike. Had a stressful day, night-morning sequence of events. Alrighty, so... that would be this. There you go. And then I just need a little bit of defense and a little bit of intelligence. There we go. Phew. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They look like they're gonna pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Kalen, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sound good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you late. Her. You heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. Need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yeah, that too. You enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That'd be nice. Do you think I'm gonna save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right, I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. If it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world. You have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. We're going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. Can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Alright, and now it's nighttime? Now it is nighttime. And you're back. Let's see, should I possibly... This game reminds me of Etrian Odyssey. I haven't really experienced much Etrian Odyssey. I think I will have to go ahead and end here just because I do... If I decide to go into the office tomorrow, I do have to get up pretty early, so...